You haven't found love yet because you are a serial monogamist who don't believe in dating multiple people at the same time. We are socially conditioned to believe that men cannot be monogamous.
If you really think about it, actually, the idea of monogamy is. I definitely should not be talking about
No, this is so good.
We all know that rich princes and counts and barons, they had mistresses all over the place.
Yep.
Monogamy as an idea has never really existed. It's just been that the women were supposed to be monogamous. So actually, I do think that there is this whole thing about like this idea that you're supposed to have one partner forever is sort of a way to control women.
And this is only a heteronormative perspective. I can also add the queers into this, where it's not only men who think this way. There are people who are of the masculine variety, or maybe they're not, that believe they need more than one person to love.
I was just gonna go see my ex because she wanted to talk and said she needs closure. Of course we're not gonna hook up. She just wants to talk. I did shave just in case though. And she said her dog misses me. You know, that's my baby. She also left her toothbrush here from the last time we hooked up, so I feel like I should just give it back to her. Why can't I just keep her blocked? Well, I did have her blocked, but then she sent me an email money transfer asking me to unblock her. And she's like the love of my life, you know? You just wouldn't understand because nobody loves you.
I personally think it's a bunch of poppycock.
No. Ooh. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
It is a trauma response from being separated as a child, but that is my personal opinion. There is no facts towards that. Or they have some sort of abandonment wound. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about absolutely do not put all your eggs in one basket as a woman or as anyone, because just don't do it. The first 2 months are always going to feel good, okay? They're always going to be like, oh my god, I met my soulmate. Oh my god, this is my twin flame. The fact of the matter is, a lot of us have our own baggage. We have things that we're supposed to deal with. You know, there are certain things that we have endured in our childhoods, our adolescence, coming up. And as adults, it is now our turn to heal ourselves. And it's our turn to see, did I actually heal from that? Or am I suppressing it and now this person's bringing it out of me?
Serial monogamists have serious difficulty tolerating being single and want relationships to move quickly into a deeper partnership, even if those relationships aren't going to last. In many cases, serial monogamy can lead to unhealthy relationships and less fulfillment from life overall. Hi, I'm Krista Jordan, and I'm a licensed clinical psychologist specializing in relationships. Let's review some signs to see if you might be a serial monogamist. 1. There's barely any daylight between the ending of one relationship and the beginning of the next. It's only been a few days or a few weeks, it's probably not time to jump into another serious commitment. Number 2, you get upset by the idea that the person that you're dating may not want to be exclusive, even if it's only your second date. Serial monogamists have a tendency to push for premature commitment from others. 3, you've been engaged 3 or more times without getting married. Because serial monogamists try to push for premature commitment, often their relationships aren't on solid footing, and so while they might make it to engagement, they often don't make it all the way to marriage. But that doesn't stop a serial monogamist, because this is really the only kind of relationship they know how to have, so they're just going to replicate that pattern over and over. Sign number 4, you want the person you're dating to move in right away, and you have a pattern of doing that with all your partners. Again, pushing for a premature commitment and trying to accelerate the relationship on a really fast time frame. 5, your friends and family say things like, you're never single, or you could never be alone. Serial monogamists are really uncomfortable being by themselves. They want to grab onto a partner and push fast to get that relationship to a serious point. Number 6, partners describe you as clingy and insecure, often because subconsciously you know that the relationship hasn't taken its time to build a solid foundation, and so you feel chronically insecure. You might also, number 7, require constant reassurance in the relationship, and this can really burn partners out. And number 8, you've been married for more than a few times without losing any spouses through death. Of course, there are different reasons why a person might have had several marriages, but one of them could be that they're pushing for marriage too early in the relationship without building a proper foundation. Then when that relationship fails, instead of learning their lesson and slowing down, they just move forward into another fast relationship and push it to the altar too. If you've had several marriages, it's possible you might be a serial monogamist.
When it comes to serial monogamy, you never get a chance to work on yourself. You're always in someone's face. You're never gonna actually heal what is attracting the same exact person every single time. You constantly want to be loved, and you are constantly loved by your inner child. Let's really talk about it. When you are picking a partner, you're not just picking a partner, you're picking someone to parent your inner child, because sometimes we do act like that. I remember one time I was in an argument with someone that I used to date, or was in a full-blown relationship actually. She's like, oh, whatever, you sound like a child. You sound like an 8-year-old child right now. My 8-year-old child came out and she was insulted. She didn't feel safe. That is not a situation that you want to just put on just anybody. Okay, so serial monogamy is just not the way to go. When you do date multiple people, you're also not supposed to make them know all of your traumas. I don't think everyone should know what happened to you when you were 7, why you can't eat macaroni. You might want to ease up off that one person and start dating multiple people. And I'm saying date, not... Don't get it confused, all right? A lot of people do get that confused. You don't have to be physical with everyone that you date. Matter of fact, I have dated people that I've never even kissed. And the point is, you're supposed to be finding someone that feels like you on the inside, like who you are on the inside. When it comes to intimacy, love, and romance, we all tend to want the end result or the end goal. And if we have all the probabilities in the world as far as math is concerned, why would we always only go with one variable? And if you don't have the capacity or even the energy to date more than one person, I would say then don't date at all. It's really serious out here. I think that dating more than one person is smart. There are some people that I've dated where we've only exchanged 1 or 2 hangouts, but to always pick one person, like, oh, this is my person, and then next year you're gonna go through the same thing that you went through with a past person, or even worse, they're gonna be the same person, different name, different ethnicity, whatever it is, and you're gonna sit there wondering what in the world happened. I thought that I passed this test. I thought that I was already done with this. In reality, we're never just done with it. We're always gonna be tested, and we're always going to be put in a situation where we will have to pick ourselves. Pick yourself and don't be a serial monogamist. Allow yourself to heal and allow yourself to go through the motions and then date. Once I was broken up with my ex, I didn't date till a year later. But before that, I think I dated 3 months after, and it was a disaster. I was not mentally ready. I kept dating people that were red flags. Like, they were just straight up red flags, and I was just sitting there like, la, la, la. I feel like the rose-colored glasses don't come off after a relationship till like 6 months later. Then you could be like, oh, okay, what in the world was I thinking? We're always ready for the next thing once we realize that thing was bad for us, especially in like relationships where we're broken up. And then reality is you're gonna find someone even worse, or you're gonna find someone that does match who you want, but you won't be ready for them. You're going to ruin it because you're not healed. I'm not gonna say that's happened to me, but I just know it's possible. Don't play with yourself like that. Don't play with other people's emotions and feelings like that by being a serial monogamist that refuses to work on themselves. There's a difference between dating multiple people as a healthy person and dating multiple people or dating back to back because you're hiding something and you're emotionally immature. Definitely reevaluate what's actually happening in your life and plan accordingly. And the only person willing to know you for you is someone who is genuine and authentic and ready to be with you. But the only way you can be with someone like that is if you're serious about yourself. Dating multiple people doesn't mean you have to date multiple people all the time at every single essence. I have mastered the art of detachment, okay? If you do one thing that I don't like, I might give you a pass depending on what it is, but 9 times out of 10, I already know. Once my eyes get low, I already know what you're about, and I am going to cut you off. Don't be afraid to cut people off, especially if you don't even know them like that, and especially if they're not changing, and especially if they got you messed up. I'm saying this all to say, when you do date multiple people, don't allow people to play with you. Don't allow them to play with you because they can't. Dating for results and dating for long term, I'm telling you right now, you might have to let go of your type, because your type is what's holding you back. You keep picking the same person and then wondering why it doesn't work out. Trust me, I had to learn the hard way as well. Sometimes you have to think about, okay, let me let go of these attributes. What about these attributes? Which one is more important to you? Is having their own home more important to you, or them having a chiseled jawline? The more I grow older, the more and more I could care less on how anyone looks. I could see someone be like, oh yeah, they're fine, but like, I don't know. When I was younger, I would be like, oh yeah, I want to get with them, or oh, what their name is. I'd be like, oh, okay, they're cute. Next. Listen, I don't know if y'all ever had charcuterie. Maybe some of y'all need to start eating some charcuterie. Just picking some options. Don't have to do anything with all of them. Don't have to even be obligated to anyone but yourself. And just figure out what exactly is more important to you, what you prioritize, and your whole life will look different. Your whole entire dating life will look different. If you like this video and want to see more videos, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.